Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the SZL podcast. Do you like the little thing we did there? If you guys didn't see the first episode, you won't understand the reference.
Yep. Watch the first episode first.
I'll put the links in the video description below.
True.
All right, cue the intro. All right.
Intro time. Here we go.
Welcome back to the SZL podcast. It is your boy Seth SZL. I'm joined by my amazing co-host. He's not very attractive, but he'll do.
Hey.
Hanz.
This is me, eh?
Also known as GD Crap. I'll put his channel's links in the description below as well. Welcome back to the SZL podcast. This is episode 3 technically for me.
Episode 3, yeah.
Yeah, because I did,
You did one before.
episode 9 months ago for a completely different project.
True.
And
If you haven't watched it, watch it now.
and I said I wanted to continue doing it, and I just never did because I didn't have any co-hosts. The boys weren't available. Luis is like still in the States. I have no idea when he's coming back. Zach's always busy, so
We're doing it now.
we're doing it now. We got
Yes.
hands. This is also for a project, same as the last episode, but we're considering continuing this even after we've done the project. So if you guys want us to keep doing the podcast, let us know in the comments down below. And make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Alright, so we only have 10 minutes here.
So,
The 10 minutes will start now. We're starting the 10 minutes now.
10 minutes, alright?
Yeah, so we're starting the 10 minutes now. So everything before that doesn't count. 10 minutes starts now. Let's get on with the topic. So, Hanz, we're both gamers.
Yes, gamers.
We both play
Dense
video
gamers,
games. We
yes.
both have Nintendo Switches.
Yes.
But we both share love for very different franchises.
True.
Me, I'm a massive Nintendo guy, but to be specific, I'm a massive Zelda guy. I love Zelda.
Fair.
Just the lore, the games,
The story, yeah.
the stories, anything Zelda. I even have my own freaking Master Sword at home.
Yeah.
You're a big Sonic guy.
Yeah, I'm a Sonic
Always have
guy. You
been.
see this?
Yeah. If you look at the games on his phone, they're all Sonic ROM hacks.
Yeah, one folder.
One full folder of just
10
Sonic
games.
ROMs on his phone. So very recently there was a new Sonic game that came out.
Yes, Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah,
I have it.
he's played it. And,
Completed it, yeah.
And he's beaten it already
100.
within like a week of getting the game.
In a week. Yeah, actually, in a week.
And a lot of people have been comparing Sonic Frontiers to a
Breath of the
specific
Wild.
Zelda game, which is one of my favorite Zelda games. The very first one I played,
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
True.
That game was what got me into Zelda, so it holds a very special place in my heart. And I gotta be honest, I see the similarities.
Well,
like like they're both open world for starters.
True.
So and you have like your own. You can go through the events of the game in whatever order you want, right? I mean, for
any
Breath of the
order.
Wild, anyway.
That's actually the same.
Yeah, there's a lot. I feel a lot of people say like there's actually a lot of similarities, like with not just with the whole open world aspect, but like the world itself.
Yeah, the world.
Like,
Kasi they took the approach of open world games na parang it's realistic. Pero instead, they could like do Green Hills.
yeah,
Green Hills.
everything, even down to like little details, like the music in the trailer, the
The
different shots in the
music, yes.
trailer, like
The
this-
standing up.
Yeah, like that one shot in the trailer of just Sonic just looking over the overland
Yeah.
on that little cliff. That's so
That's
clearly
straight from
Zelda.
Zelda.
That's so clearly Zelda. I mean, it's right in the opening of Breath of the Wild. That's literally the first thing you see.
True.
Like even there's the thing in Frontiers because I haven't
There's
played.
also UIs.
Yeah,
Diba, Breath of the Wild has yung UIs like the stamina meter.
it has the stamina meter. There's also the little
Yeah, which
card
is like a
thing.
little circle.
Yeah, and there's also like UIs for like the different divine beasts.
Yeah, there's like a little circle, and then when Sonic boosts, that circle appears as well.
It's also like a stamina wheel.
Yeah.
Can you
Even
up-
the oxygen wheel.
Can you upgrade the
circle.
stamina wheel?
No, you can't. But you can upgrade his speed, ring count, strength and defense. Almost has the same UI talaga. It's like simple yet.
Yeah. Like I think the thing that like took the most inspiration would be the trailer. Like there's
Yeah,
it's so
trailer.
clearly like just the trailer is so clearly just a Sonic version of a Zelda version of Sonic.
It's like a modded,
Exactly.
modded Breath of the Wild.
Exactly. Like even there's this thing in Sonic Frontiers because I haven't played Frontiers. I've only played Breath of the Wild. You're the
Same
one who's-
here.
You're the one who's
Same
played
here.
Frontiers.
Yeah.
There's like a thing in the game that you like activate and like takes you to like a a mini game that looks a lot like the original game.
The shrines in Zelda.
The shrines in Zelda look it's so much similar to that.
Equivalent.
Like even that animation thing with like the whole neon like thing.
True. Yes.
And like the way
When
the
you-
lights come
when you,
down
like,
from
complete,
the top.
yeah,
Yeah, and even the little noises like the da-na-na-na-na-na, like that stuff from
When you
the
complete
game.
like missions and puzzles,
Exactly.
there's like a piano sound that goes.
Yeah, it's literally like it's literally you can see the similarities.
So in Breath of the Wild, it's called shrines, right?
In Breath of the Wild, they're called shrines, yeah.
And in Sonic Frontiers, it's called cyberspace gates.
Ah,
It's basically the gates that when you go to them, it'll bring you back to a traditional Sonic stage that you see in the
yeah.
past games.
There's one that like very reminiscent of like Green Hill Zone, and then like
Yeah.
it even becomes like a side scroller.
Yeah. Mostly like platformer to like.
Yeah, a lot of people say they should have just had the game like that.
Nah, kasi everyone hated the previous game, which is Sonic
Yeah.
Forces.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Sonic franchise. There's only
The
been,
quality
there's-
goes
They
random.
went down as it got older. There's only been so few Sonic games that were good. Whereas with Zelda, there have been more good Zelda games. There have been
Yeah,
bad
they're
ones.
consistent with their kasi they
Yeah.
they do what works and improves.
Yeah, and like the lore in Sonic is pretty scattered.
Yeah, pero Sonic Frontiers actually fixes that.
Oh really?
He in the story, no spoilers, pero in the story he mentioned all the past happenings from Sonic Unleashed generations and even Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Nice.
Way before like PS2, Dreamcast.
In Zelda, they're more discreet about the references to the previous games, but the timeline, because all of the 3D Zelda games, actually not even, like even every Zelda game is all connected. It's very difficult to explain the lore, but
pero there's
it's-
like a timeline.
yeah, there's different timelines. The timeline started at Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
chronologically, the very first Zelda game was Skyward Sword. That was chronologically that's the first
like
story
in
in the Zelda franchise. So like that's what like started it all, and then you go through like some of the like the NES and SNES games, and then you get to Ocarina of Time, and that's where the timeline starts. The different timelines start.
So there's
Because in Ocarina, there's like
The
3 different endings. I mean, there's like only one ending you get in the game. Like they only
Yeah,
show
in the
you
game.
one ending, which is the one where Link wins. But there are really 2 other endings, 2 other possible endings. Because at the end of the game, Zelda sends Link back to in time to
Yeah.
when he was 7, to before the events of Ocarina of Time happened. So when that happens, that's when the timeline was created. And then
So
there's
split,
also
but is it like a split?
yeah, it's a split timeline.
Oh no way.
It's a split timeline, and then each timeline leads to different Zelda games.
Oh, okay. So it's a lot like the same with even in Sonic's timeline.
Yeah, it's
Kasi there's classic Sonic
yeah,
and then there's modern Sonic.
yeah.
Started in classic Genesis to Dreamcast and then in Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania.
Sonic Forces sucked.
Yeah.
I've
True.
never played it, but you don't
It
have to
sucked
play the game
kasi
to know that it's,
it's
a terrible.
linear stages lang. Pero Sonic Mania was a classic Sonic, pero it tied in with Sonic Forces.
Here's
so, yeah.
Here's the thing though. The switchboard of Frontiers. We gotta talk about the switchboard of Frontiers.
It's good. It's normal.
It's okay.
It's
like
not-
I've seen the videos, but like compare it to
PS5.
PC port and the
Yeah,
PS5.
Of course.
I mean, Sega and Nintendo, they've always been like this.
Yeah.
Sort of. Like in the recent years anyway. They've been a lot more friendly
considering
with each other.
the
And a lot of Sega games, especially Sonic, when they made those, they really made them optimized for the Switch. Because like that's the main console that they released
that's
it
first
on.
party.
Exactly. That's a first party title for
True.
Nintendo. So for the Switch port, the Switch version of Frontiers to be so it seems so
It's
unlike
it's
Nintendo.
decent naman.
And like there's a lot of like yeah,
Pop it.
it's mostly in the visuals really.
Pop it.
But like
Pop it.
the game itself is like great. And we have to talk about the soundtrack. We have to talk about
Oh, sound.
I mean, so there are also similarities with the soundtrack in Sonic and the soundtrack in Breath of the Wild, but the boss battles in Sonic. Oh my god. They
Yeah.
took a whole different
no.
spin for that.
That's-
In Sonic, I don't know if the mic caught that, but basically,
Anyway.
something just flew past. So in Breath of the Wild, they made it. It was in Breath of the Wild. They really went simplistic with the music. Like it was really mostly like
It
just
was soft.
piano,
Oh.
soft piano with like just very few notes that repeat, because they wanted it. They wanted to highlight the
Like,
open world, the environment.
There's like
there's
a
every,
sort of mystery.
exactly every soundtrack in the game was meant to highlight a certain part of the game. Like there's separate soundtracks depending on where you are in the game, what like both on the map and in the story of the game. The Sonic, it was like let's just put all the notes in there.
Yeah, kasi they went with the approach way before all the fans wanted yung heavy rock, not
Yeah.
necessarily heavy metal, pero like rock bass, na distorted guitars and drums going like so. And since Supersonic was like you were playing as Supersonic, you need to like get that extreme like parang hype.
Yeah,
So they captured that with the music. Pero yeah, nothing beats soundtrack, man.
true. But like it's very different. There are some people that didn't like the new take on the soundtrack in Sonic. I thought
True.
it was boss. I thought it was so bang. Like
I mean,
it was
it's
a
good.
like I've not played the game, but I've seen reviews. I've heard the soundtrack. Oh my god, it adds a whole different vibe, and it's only in the boss battles, right?
Yeah,
It's
boss
not throughout the
battles.
entire game. But like, bro, the boss battles. I mean, damn, bro.
Yeah, kasi they want to balance the hype in the boss battle and then keep the mystery of the island.
Yeah,
Yeah, they went with the Zelda approach.
yeah.
Like on the islands, mga soft tones with orchestrated music. Pero in boss battles and even the final boss, they go with full on lyrics
Full
and
heavy metal.
Yeah.
It's like
friendly heavy metal.
what game did the Gotta Go Fast song originate from?
Oh, that's not a game.
Was it not from? Was it from the series?
It's from Sonic X on Netflix.
Oh yeah. So it's from the series.
Yeah, it's from-
Oh my.
It's the theme song, like gotta go fast.
I feel like that was like just the start of the whole heavy metal Sonic thing.
No, it started in Sonic Adventure 1.
Oh.
Way before 1994. Like 95 or 7, I don't know. But it started on 1997
Yeah,
in the
but then-
Dreamcast.
With Frontiers, they just took it to a whole other level.
Yeah, I mean, technology advances. And yeah.
All right. Well, so overall, I'd say both are pretty good games. There are definitely similarities. Definitely, they have their own differences, but one definitely looks better than the other on Switch.
Yes, I can
Uh,
agree.
But in the end, yeah, I mean they're both good
They might
games.
release a patch though,
Yeah, I feel like they will. Like I've
knowing Sega.
Yeah, like I gotta play Frontiers one day. I gotta get Sonic Frontiers and give it a try one day because it is a good game. I've not played any Sonic games on the Switch yet, so it would be a good
That's
start.
a perfect start.
You
Unbiased opinion.
you should try Breath of the Wild. You need to try Breath of the Wild.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I'm not good at RPG games.
It's not an RPG.
Or like basic, like I don't know.
It's not an RPG.
I haven't played any Zelda game. I don't know.
Zelda's not an RPG, bro.
What is it then?
It's not. It's hard
It's
to.
like a third person thing. I don't know.
It's hard to explain, but it's definitely not an RPG. You're talking about like Xenoblade.
Oh yeah. Fair.
Zelda is far from an RPG, especially Breath of the Wild.
Maybe platformer, a bit of platform.
I guess so. I don't know, but yeah, it depends on what game. In terms of Breath of the Wild specifically, since that's what we're talking about on this podcast.
Yep.
Breath of the Wild is an open world game. It's not RPG, so it's very different. I don't think there have been any RPG Zeldas. Like not even like Hyrule Warriors is an RPG game. Like that's a Warriors game. It's completely its own different genre. So yeah, I should try Frontiers one day. You should try Breath of the Wild
One day.
Yeah. But as for today,
Yeah.
I played Breath of the Wild. He's played Sonic.
Nice segue.
We've compared the games. We're
both biased.
Yeah,
No.
we're both a bit biased because obviously I played only Zelda. He's only played Sonic. So I'm more leaning towards Zelda, obviously.
Play the game first.
Play the
and
game.
Make your judgment.
Yeah. So if we ever both end up playing like Breath of the Wild and Sonic, so like if I ever get to play Frontiers and you
Then
get
we
to
need
play
to
Breath of the
we need to do
Wild,
that.
then we need to make a follow-up to this episode.
Yes, I
Talk
agree.
about what our opinions are. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We went a bit over time.
We can cut some parts.
We can cut some parts. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on the notifications so that you don't miss out on all our new uploads, as well as on any of the live streams that I do on the channel. You guys will be seeing Hanz a lot more in future videos and stuff.
Yep.
And again, if you guys want us to continue doing this podcast thing, let us know in the comments down below. Alright, this has been your boy, Seth SZL. Hanz doesn't have a YouTube name.
I don't have one.
It's
I'm not
just
close,
Hanz.
pero,
But
yeah.
his YouTube channel is called GD Craft. You can check it out. I'll put the links in the description
Nah.
below. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to stay safe, stay blessed, and we'll see you all next time. Peace out.